Hello, everybody. Welcome to Strength and Tone. We've got 45 seconds of exercise with 15 seconds of rest in between. We're going to do 3 groups of exercises with 4 in each group. The first group of exercises we're going to start with today is going to be a lateral knee. So on this one, you really want to concentrate on opening the hip and bringing the elbow toward the knee. But as you do so, your focus is going to be on the side waist. So you want to think of crunching for the ribs down to the hips and the hips up to the ribs at the same time. So you're squeezing down and flexing those obliques. It's a standing ab exercise. Then we're going to follow that one up with a walking push-up. For this, we're going down to the floor. You want to make sure that you're engaging the chest from the underarm to the center of the chest. This is a purposeful movement. So if you have your hand on your chest now, you want to feel that contraction from under your fingertips right in towards your thumb in the center of the chest. It's a purposeful engagement. You won't feel it on your own. You actually really get to concentrate on engaging this area. So we're going to start on your knees, on your toes, wherever your fitness level is at now. I'm going to be doing this from my knees for today. Keeping that core engaged to help stabilize the spine. Hands are directly under the chest. You always want the wrists and hands in line with the area that you're going to be working. So our hands are together, our thumbs are touching, and we're going to reach out to the side, do a push-up, engaging the chest muscles all that while. Bring our hands back together and step out to the other side for another push-up and hands together. We're going side to side there, always ensuring that that chest and the core are engaged throughout the movement. And then we're coming back up for lateral knee on the other side. Once again, ensuring that we're contracting that side waist from the ribs right down to the hips. And then we follow that one with a double tricep kickback, our final exercise of that round. We're going to be standing up tall. You hinge forward from the hips. Note here that you're not rounding forward. Shoulders are back, chest is lifted, elbows are by your side. You're going to extend those arms out and bring them back. You always want to ensure here that your core is engaged in supporting the spine throughout the entire movement, and that you're really purposely flexing the muscles in the back of the arm. Don't worry, I'll guide you through each of those. We're going to start with the lateral knee, 45 seconds. Ready? Let's go. So we're crunching that side waist, doing that standing abdominal workout, standing oblique workout. If your balance isn't so great, you place your hand on a wall, that's perfectly great. If your balance is good, you can take your hand onto that side waist and really try to feel that contraction underneath your hands, working those obliques from the ribs right down to the hip. Purposeful contraction there. We've got 15 seconds. And we're going down to that walking push-up. Really engage here. Even using your glutes will help you find that balance. 4, 3, 2, and perfect. Down to the floor now. We've got walking push-up on your knees and your hands. Hands are directly under the chest. Even before you make a move, engage those chest muscles from the underarm to the center of the chest. Engage the core. 2, 1, and go. Stepping out to the side, engaging that chest, keeping that core engaged throughout. Really full contraction of the chest. You're never letting that go. We're maintaining that for 45 full seconds, making sure that you're always looking at the floor. You're not going to be looking ahead of you or over to the side. You want to make sure you're looking at that floor and you're concentrating on drawing the muscles from the underarm right to the center of the chest. Even as you go down and it's harder and you want to let it go, you keep that contraction, really flexing that area, engaging the core by pulling in on that pelvic floor and trying to not use the washroom. Let's not let that go. There you go. That's your 45. Coming back up. We've got lateral knee on the other side. So once again, engaging that core. You can keep your hand on the wall if you need to, or your hand on the side waist and feeling that crunch. Are you ready? Let's go. We're pulling. And starting to lose my balance already. We're just getting started. Really flexing those obliques underneath the fingertips, crunching right down the ribs, right down to the hips. Really purposeful engagement of that midsection. Open that hip right up. You're not coming out in front. Let's take it out to the side as much as your flexibility will allow you to for today. You keep stretching, you'll increase that flexibility. Woo! Full contraction in that core, never letting that go the whole time. Squeezing, using your glutes for balance. Good. Perfect. Now we're doing that double tricep kickback. Grabbing your dumbbells up tall here. Legs are fairly wide here for this. You want a nice stance. Hinge from the hips. You're not rounding forward. Chest is lifted. Neutral spine. Let's move it. Work those triceps in the back of the arm. Really flexing those muscles. The back of the arm. Keeping the core engaged, always supporting the spine. Even drawing those shoulder blades together behind you. And engaging your glutes to help to support the spine. As we work the triceps from the back of the arm, from the elbow, right up to the shoulder. Looking at that floor in front of you. Squeeze those muscles to the back of the arm. Make them work. Make them work. You're not just going through the motions. You want to purposefully engage that area. Be intentional with each movement that you're going to be making today. And guess what? That's your 45. We're coming up for that lateral knee again. We're going to do each exercise 2 times until after 30 minutes, and then you shall see if you want a little bit more. 4, 3, prepare, and go. Drawing that knee up to the side. Yes, opening that hip, crunching those obliques, really squeezing those abdominal muscles. Full contraction. Now, make sure you're using those glutes there to hold your balance and help maintain the contraction of the core. We want to crunch now from the ribs right down the hips. Squeeze those abdominals. If you can feel it under your fingertips, really work to make that happen. And exhaling each time you come down together. Woo! 4, 3, 2, excellent. Now we're down to the floor for that walking push-up. On your knees or your toes, where are you at today? Maybe you're on your knees for part of the way and on your toes for the rest. It's up to you. You make it work for you today. Hands are together, core engaged, chest engaged. Let's go. Out to the side. Remember, it's a purposeful engagement in that chest. It won't just happen by going through the motions. You have to be intentional in really concentrating on pulling from the underarm to the center of the chest as you lower down and as you come back up. We're not letting go of that contraction through the entire movement. We want to keep that focus there. Always noting that the wrists and elbows and hands are always in line with your chest, not with your shoulders. You're not straight ahead. Your hands are not up here. They are in line with that chest. If you're feeling it in your shoulders, I really want you to concentrate on the chest and also make sure that you're in alignment. There's your 45 seconds. See if I keep talking, you forget about the time. All right, then we're doing lateral knee on the other side. We've got 5, 4, hold that core, and go. Squeeze, squeeze. Really contracting that midsection from the ribs down to the hips. Exhaling as everything comes together. Contract. Really purposeful contraction. Really squeeze. Using your glutes to keep you upright. Using your obliques to pull the ribs and the hips together. Being intentional. Really squeezing the area and focusing on that area of the midsection. 10 seconds are left. Exhaling as it all comes together. Nice and slow. And there you go. There's your 45. Now, double tricep kickback. You grab your dumbbells. Roll the shoulders back. Hinge forward from the hips. Note here, you're not forward again. Making sure you're maintaining that neutral spine. Let's go. Contract the back of the arms. Once again, always being intentional. Really contracting from the elbow up to the shoulder. Being intentional. Engage the core to support your spine. Even and contract your glutes. You've got 25 seconds left. really contracting the back of the arm, contracting the core, helping to support the spine, squeezing back. Use those triceps. 10 seconds left. Exhale. You're almost done your first round. In 4, 3, 2, and good. Beautiful. First round is complete. Not so bad, huh? All right, we're going on to the second round. The second round of exercises. You're going to be doing a one-arm row. So on this one, you imagine your shoulder blades are here. I want you to engage the muscles of the back to draw the shoulder blade to the center of the back. We really want to be contracting from the underarm right up to about the middle of the back here. So with your dumbbell, you're up tall, 1 foot forward and 1 foot back. Dumbbells in the same hand as the foot that's back. We're going to hinge forward from the hips here. Note that when you hinge forward, that your shoulders are not, one's not up high and one's down low. You want to note that shoulders stay level all the way through. And you want to draw that shoulder blade across the back. Once again, putting all the focus on the back muscles right around the mid back here. Okay, after that one, we're going to do squat pulse 3. You have the option to hold a dumbbell here or not. Feet are hip width apart. If you have knee problems, take your feet a little bit wider and turn those toes out to the side. And you don't even have to go down as low. You go down as far as you are comfortable going with right now with no pain. We don't want to feel any pain in the joints. We just want to be able to feel the contraction and the muscles, and we want to feel them working. We want to be able to focus on that. So if you are here right now, you stay here. If you're ready for a little bit more, you take yourself down as low as you can. We're going to pulse 3 actually. 3, and then we're going to come back up. 1, 2, 3, and back up. 1, 2, 3, and back up. Always drawing up on the kneecaps, contracting the back of the legs, engaging your glutes, even pulling up on those inner thighs. You want to make sure we're working all the muscles of the legs and not just going through the motions. Then we're going to grab your dumbbell, and we've got one arm row on the other side. So 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, hinging from the hips. You're not rounded. Nice neutral spine. Shoulders are level the whole time, and you're rowing, contracting those back muscles. We follow that one up with a 90-degree crunch. So now we're on our back. Legs are up. Knees are bent. 90 degrees from the knees, from at the knee angle of the knee, as well as at the angle of the hip. Draw in the abdominals, pressing the top of the pelvis against the mat, as well as the low part of the ribs. Your hands can be by your side, across your chest, or behind your head. You may even like to have your hands on the abdominals for touch training to help you contract, to make sure that you're putting the focus there. So we're going to crunch up and then lower back down. If during this exercise you feel any low back pain, you can keep your feet on the floor. Don't force yourself through the movement. And remember that each one is very slow, very small and slow. Okay, so here we get ready. We're going to do that one arm row. So you grab your dumbbells, 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Hinge from the hips, neutral spine, draw that shoulder blade across the back. Once again, keeping that purposeful contraction in the back. Note here, shoulder levels are even. So when you're pulling back, if you're drawing that shoulder blade across the back, you're not lifting to come up. You want to maintain the contraction behind and around that shoulder blade. So we've got 15 seconds left. Your core is engaged to support the spine. Your final 10 seconds. Make sure that focus is on that back. Really squeeze to pull back. 3, 2, and good. Perfect. We've got the squat. So you remember your foot position. If you're hip width, that's great. If you have troubles with the knees, take your toes wide. Turn those toes out to the side. You can hold the dumbbell if you like. We're going to squat 3, 2, 3. Back up. Drawing up on those kneecaps. Use your glutes to push the hips forward. Engage the muscles of the back of the legs. So you're intentional. You're not just going through the motion. You want to be squeezing those muscles the whole time. You're not letting that go. You're squeezing all the muscles of the thighs. Yeah. Engage that core to help you maintain a neutral spine. Keeping those abs tight. We get that unintentional ab workout all the time by engaging here and keeping this area strong, that whole midsection. And again, once again, I talked all the way through. You got through your 45 seconds. We're on one arm row on the other side. So 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Shoulders are back. We hinge from the hips. Nice neutral spine. Shoulders are level. Let's go. Engage that back. Keep that core engaged. Chest is lifted. Always looking at that floor right in front of you. You're looking over to the side. And if you're looking too far ahead, you risk pulling some muscles in the back or in the neck. So we want to make sure that we're doing this with reduced risk of injury to maintaining a good form throughout the movement. Always be intentional by squeezing that back. You're not just going through the motions. You're squeezing your back, drawing the shoulder blade across the back. Keep that core engaged. Drawing on those abdominals. 4, 3, 2. Beautiful. All right. 45 seconds are done. Again, we're down to the floor on the back with the legs up. 90 degrees at the knees as well as the hips. Abdominals are engaged. Hands are behind your head, crunching up. And inhale back. Exhale up. Engaging the abdominals, working and pushing the ribs pushing the ribs down toward the hips. Yes, that's it. Squeeze those abdominals. So I know I said to put your hands behind your head, but you can have them by your side. You can have them on your belly to make sure that you're putting the focus there, or you can bring them up across the chest. You want to make sure you're maintaining that contraction from the ribs right down to the hips, really intentionally working that midsection. So you're not going through the motions. Once again, we're always being intentional with every single movement that we are making today. And there you go, 45 seconds. We're coming back up for 1 arm row. So you grab your dumbbell and we're going to hinge forward from the hip, keeping that core engaged. Nice neutral spine. Squeeze those back. Let's go. Squeezing up. Being intentional. Again, always looking at that floor in front of you. Be intentional about squeezing those back muscles. Drawing the shoulder blade across the back. Purposely flexing those back muscles. Using the core to help stabilize the spine. And also to keep that focus put in on the back. Really squeeze. Squeeze. Exhale each time you come back. So anytime you're exerting force, that's when you're doing the exhale. Exhaling up. Here we go in our last 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and beautiful. You're looking good. We're back to the squats with or without dumbbells. If you have your knee problems, you take your toes wide and turn them out to the side. And that squat is going to be halfway down, whichever you are ready for today. Let's go. We're going down, 2, 3. Exhale, back up. Squeezing, being intentional, engaging those muscles of the thigh and the glutes. 2, 3, up. Use those abdominals, keeping that body strong. This is your unintentional ab workout while you challenge those legs. So really purposely engaging those legs, even those inner thighs. Try as we're lowering down. You keep those knees in line with the ankles. So you're not coming in here, you're not coming out here. Those knees are pointing ahead. Inhale down and exhale up. There is your 45. Here we go down. Now, one arm row. 1 foot forward and 1 foot back. Once again, I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit. Hinge from the hips. Draw that shoulder blade across the back and go. Squeeze. Squeeze. Again, always making sure those shoulders are staying balanced. We're not lifting up here. We're engaging the muscles of back. We're not thrusting that arm up. We're squeezing the muscles to draw them across the back and really being intentional about this exercise. When you stand up after doing this exercise, you should be able to feel like you're standing up with your shoulders back and your chest lifted. Your muscles are keeping you strong and making you look amazingly confident. Let's go. Your final 10 seconds. Squeeze. Squeeze the back. Squeeze the back. Engage that core. And good. All right, we're going down to the floor for that 90-degree crunch. You're on your back. Legs are up. Knees are bent 90 degrees. Remember, if this bothers your back, you can keep your feet on the floor. Contracting that midsection. Let's go. Where's your hand position today? Is your hand position down by your side? Fantastic. Hands are on the abdominals. Really squeeze. You can make it work for you. Across the chest or behind the head. No matter where they are, you make sure that you're contracting that midsection to bring the ribs right down toward the hips. Really squeezing those abdominals all the way through, never letting that go. On the way up or the way down, we're maintaining that contraction. We're keeping that strong midsection because we are intentional with each movement that we're going to be making. Exhaling up, inhale back. Exhale up, inhale back. Woo, there you go. We are already done round 2. I can't even believe it. It's fast. All right, we're on to the 3rd round of exercises. On this one, we've got 1 foot forward and 1 foot back. We're doing stationary lunge with arm curl and press. So when you do 1 foot forward and 1 foot back, you want to note here that your feet start hip width apart. When you step back, they're still hip width apart. I don't want you crossing behind you or going too far out to the side. If you step directly back from the hip, it's going to help you with your balance, but it's also going to help balance the muscles that you're working in the legs too. So you're not working too far on the outside, too far on the inside, and also putting too much pressure, unnecessary pressure on the joints, okay? You want to note here as well that you're up on the toe of that back leg. The weight is distributed equally between each foot. Shoulders are going to stay over the hips, and we maintain that contraction of the core as we lower down toward the floor. That's going to help to keep the shoulders on and line over the hips and over the knee. So we don't want to come forward too much here. I understand flexibility, lack of flexibility may force you to go forward, but we want to try our best to stay right back with the shoulders over the hips. And then we're going to come on up, and then we're going to curl the arm and press to the top overhead when we get to the top, bringing the hand back down. So the movement is going to be lowering down, pushing back up. We're drawing up on the kneecap of that back leg, and we're pushing through the glutes of the front leg. Each part equally, working equally, or being challenged equally. Okay, after that one, we're going down to reverse abs on the floor. On our back, legs are up. We're drawing the abdominals in from the pubic bone up to the belly button. So here, your hands are by your side, on your abs, across the chest, or behind your head. Once again, drawing from the pubic bone up to the belly button. We're going to pull those knees in and bring the legs back. So we're working the lower abdominals here. Tatum wants to join for that one of us, I guess. And then we're going to come up once again for stationary lunge with arm curl and press on the other side. So 1 foot forward, 1 foot backward. We're up on the toe of that back leg. We're lowering down. Shoulders are over the hips. Hips are over the knee. Contracting the thigh and both legs. And curl and press back up. Make sure that you're being intentional with contracting the muscles of the legs. But hey, what I didn't say last time is we want to be intentional about contracting the muscles of the arm and shoulder as well. So when we get to the top, we want to flex the arm from the elbow to the shoulder, and then we're going to press overhead and full engagement of that shoulder. We're in control of each movement that we make. So you're not just flicking around and throwing weights around. You want to be intentional and controlling the movement, reducing the risk of injury, and getting the most effective workout as possible. Then we're going down to the floor for low back extension. So we're going to be face down on the floor, Feet are wider than hip width apart. Toes are turned out to the side. This will help reduce some compression on the spine. Your hands can be by your side at shoulder level, and you're going to be looking at the floor at all times. And we're going to inhale up and exhale down. We inhale on the way up to allow expansion in the abdominals or in the diaphragm for the air to enter into our lungs and complete and full breath. Okay, are we ready here? Stationary lunge, arm curl and press. You grab your dumbbell, 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Remember again, you're not crossing behind. You're going straight back from the hip. Are you ready? Let's go. Lowering down, curl and press. Inhale down, exhale back up. Engaging, purposely engaging the thighs. Purposely engaging the arm from elbow to shoulder, and then the shoulder all the way up. Pushing through. You've got 20 seconds left. Shoulders are over the hips. Hips are over that knee. You're intentionally engaging those leg muscles, keeping that core engaged in order to keep everything in alignment. Woo! 4, 3, 2, and good. Excellent. We're down to the floor for reverse abs. On your back. Legs are up. Core's engaged. From the pubic bone to the belly button. We're going to be pulling those abdominals in. Hands are on the floor, on your belly, across the chest or behind your head. Ready? Let's go. Squeeze those abs. Squeeze. Really pulling from that pubic bone up to the belly button. Being intentional. You really want to challenge yourself? Push those feet out. Only push them out though if you can keep the top of the pelvis against the mat the whole time. If your pelvis is lifting, if your low back is lifting, don't extend those legs out. Or if you're going to extend them out, extend them a little higher. But you want to keep that low back from lifting off of the floor. We're always in contact with the floor there. If you're having low back problems, or if you're having any problems here when you're doing this one, engaging the abdominals, then you can place your hands under your bum, or even better, a towel. There's actually 46 seconds. Woo! Come on up. We've got stationary lunge with arm curl and press on the other side. 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Let's do it. Lower down, contracting those thighs, front of the thigh, back of the thigh, inner thigh. You make it work. You squeeze everywhere. Take note that that foot is straight back from the hip, that you didn't cross behind or go too far out to the side. Being intentional again, making sure you're contracting those legs. You want to reduce any bit of risk of injury that we can. And we want the exercises to be most effective and help us reach our goals in the shortest amount of time possible. Contracting from the elbow to the shoulder and shoulder to go overhead. Really go. 3, 2, and good. Perfect. Low back extension. We're going down to the floor. Feet are a little wider than hip width. Toes are turned out to the side. Hands are by your side or at shoulder level. 4, 3, 2, and go. Imagine here, pulling the shoulder blades down your back. You want to pull the shoulder blades down the back towards your glutes as you lift up. This is a small movement. You don't need to go up high for this one. We don't want to compress the spine. We want to contract the muscles surrounding your spine. If you're coming up too high, you could be compressing those discs. We don't want to injure ourselves here. We just want to strengthen the muscles. Draw those shoulder blades down your back. You note here I moved my hand position a few times. I'm doing that for you. I want you to know that you have those options. You keep them by your side or up at shoulder level. 4, 3, 2, and good. All right, we're going on to our second round of these exercises. We've got 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, stationary lunge with arm curl and press. Contract those legs, purposeful contraction. 2, and go. Lowering down, curl and press back up. Really contracting the muscles of the arm and the shoulder and all the muscles of the thigh and the core. Boy, are we ever targeting a few areas here. Really
contracting everywhere. Quite a functional exercise if you think about it. We pick things up off the floor. Sometimes we have to put them overhead. Really squeeze. 20 seconds are left. Squeeze those legs. Engage that core. 10 seconds are left. Exhaling as you come on up. Inhale down, exhale up. And perfect. All right, down to the floor for those reverse abs. Your hands, again, under your bum, by your sides, on your belly, across the chest, behind your head. What works for you today? And ready. 3, 2, 1, and go. Pulling here from the pubic bone to the belly button. Exhaling each time you come in. Exhale. Always making sure that that top of the pelvis is always against the mat. Really squeeze those abdominals. Don't let that go. Be purposeful. Be intentional. Each movement that you're making here, we want results. Squeeze those lower abdominals. Really work. If you're getting tired, take your hands under your bum. Get a little bit of help. Feel those lower abdominals. Keep that focus there. There's your 45. And we're coming up. Stationary lunge, arm curl and press on the other side. I keep coughing. I'm losing my voice. 4, 3, 2, and go. Inhale down. Exhale up. Again, contracting those legs. Always being intentional for each movement that we're making. We want to engage those thighs. We want to engage that arm and that shoulder. Those abs are keeping the shoulders over the hips. And they're also helping with balance. Again, once again, as always in each of these exercises, this is your unintentional ab workout. You've got 15 seconds left. And exhale on the way up. Inhale down. Squeeze. And squeeze. 3, 2, and good. All right, face down. We're doing low back extension. Legs are wide. Toes are turned out to the side, keeping you from compressing your spine. Are your hands by your side today, or are they at shoulder level? You do you today. Ready? And go. Inhale up. Exhale down. You do you every day. No matter what you're doing, you make sure you're doing you. Inhale up. Exhale down. Engaging the muscles surrounding the spine to lift up. You're going to feel this one in your lower back. Engaging the core to help protect the organs as you're doing this. Even engaging your glutes will give you a little bit of help there, a little bit of lift. Inhale up, exhale down. We've got 10 seconds left. Really squeezing, always making sure you're looking at the mat, reducing your risk of injury. And there's your 45. Woohoo! There we are. So you have the option here where you can finish there, or you can stay with me. We're going to go on to a third round. We're going to do one set of every single exercise that we've done today. Are you ready? The first one is going to be a standing oblique crunch. Let me just set the timer here. Ready? Feet are wider or about hip width apart. Arm up in the air. Open that hip. Standing oblique. We're crunching from the ribs to the hips. Exhale down. Even imagine pulling that shoulder blade down your back. We're working that whole side of the body, crunching from the ribs to the hips, even engaging your glutes to help with balance. You may even need to hold on to a wall if you'd like to today. If you're not holding on to the wall, I find it helpful to hold on to your abs or your waist so you can feel those muscles working under your arm, under your hand. If you're not feeling it with your hand, it's going to make you concentrate a little bit more and stay focused in that area. You've got 4, 3, 2, and beautiful. And now we're down to the floor for that walking push-up. So we're on our knees, engaging the chest muscles from the underarm to the center of the chest. Hands are just under the chest and they're together. 2, 1, and good. Stepping to the side, keeping the chest muscles engaged all the way throughout this exercise. And we're lowering down and pressing back up. We're going side to side here. Engage that core. Making sure your low back is not sagging here. Keeping that chest contracted from the underarm to the center of the chest. We're not letting that go. This is your third and final round. Unless you want to go again, that one's up to you. This is my third and final round today. We've got 15 seconds left. Contracting that chest muscle, those chest muscles. Drawing up on the pelvic floor to help engage the core, to help to support the spine. Woo! There's your 45. Here we are, coming up now. We've got lateral knee on the other side. Legs are wide, core is engaged, engaging those obliques from ribs to hips. Are you ready? Let's do it. Out and out, really squeezing to contract those abdominals. Use those glutes to hold yourself upright. This is your third and final round. Let's be intentional. Let's really make it work today. So you feel we're not squeezing, or just when you think that you are squeezing, I want you to squeeze a little bit tighter. There's always a little bit more to give. Mentally, we think we can't give a little bit more. Physically, we got it. We've got this in us. Your body is stronger than you let yourself tell you it is. Squeeze. Squeeze. It's meant to move. Woo! And good. There's your 45. Grab your dumbbell. We've got double tricep kickback. So grab 2 dumbbells. Shoulders are back. We're hinging from the hips. Nice neutral spine. Elbows by your side. And go. Tuck those elbows in close to your side to help you contract the back of the arm, the tricep. From the elbow to the shoulder. Being intentional. And they may be burning, but I want you to squeeze a little bit tighter because this is the third and final round. We want results. Woo! Exhaling every time you push back. 20 seconds are left. Exhale. Exhale. Engaging those abdominals, never letting that go. Exhale. Woo! 4, 3, 2, and good. All right. And now we've got 1 arm row, 1 dumbbell. This is the second round we did before. Shoulders back, chest is lifted, hinging from the hips. Get ready here. Draw that shoulder blade across the back. Keep that core engaged. Note that as you're doing this, the shoulders are staying level. You're not pulling up so hard that you're twisting your back. We want to work the rhomboids and the lats. So we're drawing the shoulder blade across the back, right to that spine, and then coming back down. Going nice and slow because that's how we keep it intentional. And that's how we target more muscle fibers. Going too fast, we're going to miss some muscle fibers. Let's keep our pace low. Slow. You even can go slower than I am. You do you. 4, 3, 2. Beautiful. Squat. Pulse 3. Feet are hip width apart. Or with those knee problems, your legs are wider with the toes turned out. And we've got pulse 3. Draw up on those kneecaps. Engage your glutes. Use the muscles at the back of the leg. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Push. 1, 2, 3. Pushing up. Again, engaging those muscles of all the thighs. Using your glutes to push those hips forward. You make sure you're going to get results here. Squeezing those legs is how you're going to do it. Exhale. Inhale down. Exhale up. That was a 2 pulse. 2, 3. Squeeze. 1, 2, 3. Squeeze. Let your eyes follow your body. No looking up and no looking down. Don't you look at your toes. You don't need to know what your feet are doing. That's good there. We're doing 1 arm row again on the other side. Shoulders are back. Chest is lifted. Hinging from the hips. Again, nice neutral spine. Shoulders are level. And go. Draw the shoulder blade across the back. Let's do this. Exhale. Exhale back. Draw that shoulder blade across the back. Keep those shoulders level. Keep that core engaged, supporting the spine. Never letting that go. You're feeling this from the underarm to the center of the spine. Exhaling each time you lift up. Exhale. Exhale. 10 seconds are left. Being intentional here. This is your final row you're going to do today. 3, 2, and good. How beautiful is that? Let's go down to the floor for 90-degree crunch. On the floor, legs are up. Core engaged 90 degrees at the knees and at the hips. Hands are by your side, on your belly, across the chest, behind your head. Let's go. Crunching up. Squeezing those abdominals all the way through. Right here from the bottom of the breastbone, right down to the pubic bone. We're not letting that go. We're maintaining that contraction throughout this entire movement. And if you need to place your hands on those bellies so that you can make yourself really concentrate on flexing, really squeezing to lift up. That's how you get results. You focus on the area that you want to work on, really squeezing to come up. You've got 10 seconds left. Yes, exhaling up. 4, 3, 2, and good. All right, here we're moving on to the last 4 exercises. We've got stationary lunge with arm curl and press. 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Again, making sure you're stepping directly from that hip. Pull up on those legs and go. Lowering down and press up. Contracting all the muscles of the legs, even the inner thighs and the glutes. You want to be sure that you're flexing for results. Contracting that arm from the elbow to shoulder, and then shoulder as you go overhead, really pushing. Come on now, you know. This is the second to the last stationary lunge that you're going to do today. But we do the other one on the other side, so it's totally different. So you be sure that you're squeezing all the muscles of the body here. Using the core to keep the shoulders over the hips. And good. All right, reverse abs down to the floor. On your back, hands are under your bum, by your side, on your belly, across the chest or behind your head. 4, 3, 2, and go. Keeping that low back pressed against the floor at all the times. Top of the pelvis never lifts from the floor, aside from when you're bringing those knees in. Those legs are going out. You keep that low back press toward the floor at all times. Drawing from the pubic bone right into the belly button to pull those abs in. Keep that contraction as the legs extend out, ensuring that you're keeping the focus on the legs, or no, on the abdominals at all times. Woo! 10 seconds are left. Really squeezing there. Never letting that go. 2, and good. All right. Coming up now, stationary lunge with arm curl and press on the other side. 1 foot forward, 1 foot backward. Shoulders back, chest lifted. And we're going to be contracting the legs and go. Inhale down, exhale up. Engaging the core, engaging the muscles of the arm and the shoulders. All the muscles of the thigh, inner thigh, glutes, front of the thigh, back of the legs. We're making sure that we're getting all the muscles of the legs. What a way to finish the full body exercise, a full body workout. Your other hand can be by your side, against the wall for balance if you need it. Engaging those glutes, we've got 10 seconds left. Woo! Push. 3, 2, and good. Excellent job. Last exercise. We're going down to the floor for low back extension. Feet are wider than hip width apart. Toes are turned out to the side. Hands are by your side or at shoulder level. Engaging the pelvic floor. Let's go. I say engage the pelvic floor because I want you trying to not use the washroom while you're doing this one to help you engage that core, which will also help support your organs. Drawing the shoulder blades down your back as you lift and go. Inhaling up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Pulling those shoulder blades down the back at all times. You've got 20 seconds left. This is it. You're finishing your workout here right now. So being intentional, really squeezing the muscles of the low back. Woo! Woo! 4, 3, 2, and good. You guys did a super awesome, fantastic job. I hope you're as sweaty as I am. I thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time.